Hello and welcome to the Aegis chapters. So today's topic of discussion is going to be the Afghan crisis. See, the Afghan crisis has a long pending history. It is because of the great game between USSR, erstwhile USSR, and the British. Both the countries, we know about that, they are looking for their expansionist policy. So, great game hoisile eta political expansionist philosophy eta contradiction between the USSR and the British. So as a result, British were thinking that if Russia is going to take over the Afghanistan, then it will be a direct threat, it will be a direct confrontation with the British occupied territory in India, because Afghanistan is a landlocked country. The British is taking care of the Pakistan, up to Pakistan in the northwest direction of the continent of India. So that is the reason, taking any chance, British decided to invade Afghanistan. So as a result, we found that 3 wars has been fought in the soil of the Afghanistan. This is called Anglo-Afghan War in the year 1838, 1878 and 1919. So result of this 3 war was 1838, British got defeated. Afghanistan became victorious in that war. Then again, British decided to raise the war against Afghanistan again. So in the 1878 war, British is able to now defeat Afghanistan. After defeating Afghanistan, what happened? British adopted the protectorate for Afghanistan. So Afghanistan became a protectorate of the British Crown. Now, war on independence in the Afghan soil has chiffoned. Afghan soilot, Afghanistanot, lahe lahe, war of independence start hol. In that war, in the third phase, that is in 1919, Afghanistan was able to overthrow British from their soil. Now Afghanistan became independent. As an independent country, a monarchy was established. In Afghanistan. The ruler became Amanullah Khan became the first ruler. So, but the point is that the war on independence that has been raised in Afghanistan hasn't been ended yet, because people are looking for more kind of reforms. And Amanullah was not able to take down any kind of social, political, economic reforms in the Afghanistan. So, civil wars, you can call it civil wars, dissatisfaction among the masses arise. So that is the reason Amanullah fled to UK. After Amanullah, new king was installed. His name was Zahir Shah. So Zahir Shah was a very intelligent man. So he found that there is a problem with the common masses. The common masses of Afghanistan are facing different kind of issues. They are looking for the economic reforms, social reforms, and the political reforms, because Afghanistan is because Afghanistan is inhabited by not the homogeneous communities. It is inhabited by Hazaras, Pashtuns. So to fulfill the demand of the different people, Zahir Shah initiated the political, economic and social reforms. And that was well accepted by the public of Afghanistan. And that is around 1933. 1921, Amanullah was installed as a king, and he was overthrown in 1926. That was a small rule of 5 years. In the 1933, Zahir Shah has been appointed as a ruler. And he made some kind of reforms, different reforms in terms of political, economic, and social. After that, in the year 1947, the global geopolitics has witnessed one great success from the side of India, that is independence of India. After being independent, what India have founded? Afghanistan, which is located near to the border of the Pakistan and adjacent to the border of so-called India, is very much important for sustaining the geopolitics and the peace in the region. Because all the invasion, all the leaders, the dynasties has come from Afghanistan itself in the history. So people are like, Afghanistan is very much important for India, for its geopolitical strategies, peace and stability in the region. So that is the reason India was looking for a peace treaty, a friendship deal was signed. Friendship deal, treaty. A friendship treaty was signed in 1947 with Afghanistan. Now, after 1947, what? Afghanistan has witnessed a change due to the reforms, different kind of reforms initiated by Mr. Zahir Shah. Afghanistan witnessed a change from 1947 to 1973, a change in their ruling philosophy. So it became an emirate ruling. In this course, a PM, Prime Minister, was appointed. His name was Muhammad Daud Khan. And this guy, Muhammad Daud Khan, was very much fond of the philosophy of the USSR. So what USSR's policy is? Communism. So Afghanistan for the first time has witnessed communism in their soil. Leaders like Nur Muhammad Taraki took the communist revolution, communist philosophy to the masses. And even the Prime Minister, then Prime Minister Muhammad Daud Khan, was also very much influenced by the Russian communism. Now here, one must have a doubt that whether this Afghanistan is a completely, totally inhabited by the Islamist people. So why didn't this country adopted the Islamist rule? That is because of the theory of the Karl Marx. Karl Marx said, religion is the main barrier while you are trying to overthrow the ruling classes, the capitalist classes. So as Muhammad Daud Khan, so religions cannot be accepted while you are talking about the communism. As a result of the influence of the USSR, what happened in Afghanistan? Liberal economy has been adopted. And there was this influence of socialism. But the biggest problem in the socialism is that there is always a question of equitable distribution of the wealth and power in the socialism. Because providing a justice to the people through socialism, it should be equitable. And to maintain it, you have to provide each and every person equal status. And that is very difficult in a country. So that is the reason there was a dissatisfaction arising among the masses again and again in Afghanistan. Now when US, sitting aside silently, was now in the verge of the Cold War, which USSR has seen that Afghanistan should be influenced again to establish the democracy, to overthrow the communist ruling. So as a result, it is the result between the two doctrines, two theories. One is called theory of containment by USA and doctrine, Brezhnev doctrine. Brezhnev doctrine of USSR. So what theory of containment says? US believes that if any country is looking for establishment of the democracy, then it is the duty of the United States to help them in establishing that democracy in that country. On the other hand, the Brezhnev Doctrine, what Brezhnev Doctrine says, that if a country adopted communist philosophy, communist type of government and governance, then it is the duty of USSR to help that country to maintain its communism. So to overthrow USSR influence from Afghanistan, what United States did, it started influencing the Mujahidins of Afghanistan. And US was not the single party to help Mujahidins. Mujahidins was helped by USA, Pakistan too. Pakistan and USA was supplying the arms, ammunition, whatever required to overthrow the Russian-influenced government from Afghanistan. In that course, the new ruler, Hafizullah Amin, was appointed as the ruler. Taking concern of the US infiltration through indirect means, USSR attacked Afghanistan. In this course, American ambassador was killed. US increased its support to the Mujahidins to form it as an Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda was formed. As a result of the global power, global community, that USSR has did a wrong thing by invading the Afghanistan, and anyway USSR is now going to disintegrate anyway in 1991. So as USSR is losing its grip in Afghanistan, what it has decided, it decided to leave Afghanistan in 1989. So Afghanistan became independent again. A pact was signed between USA, Pakistan, Afghanistan and USSR regarding independence of Afghanistan. Tussle for power again arose in Afghanistan. Al-Qaeda tried to hold control of the entire country, but it was Nazibullah who able to hold his supremacy over the Al-Qaeda and make the country free from Al-Qaeda, ruling of Al-Qaeda. In the year 1992, Kabul was captured. Kabul was captured by Ahmad Shah. Nazibullah fled from Afghanistan. Now whatever government has been established in Kabul was a pro-USSR government, though it was not directly influenced by the United States of Russia. Now the new government, whichever has been adopted under the Ahmad Shah, was influenced again by the Russia. Though it was not officially designated it as a protectorate or any kind of puppet king from influenced by Russia. Looking at this, the border area of Pakistan and Afghanistan. If this is Pak, this is Afghanistan. So this area, few communities are living over here, and the northern area of Afghanistan. Those are called as themselves as the Pashtuns. So Pashtuns are the aboriginal tribes from Afghanistan. So they are very aggressive. They have a bravery to kill themselves for their own country. So what happened under the leadership of Mullah Omar, in the year 1995, Taliban formed. The meaning of the Taliban was, in a Pashtun language, are the students, are the disciples. Now what their Pashtuns, and under the Taliban leadership, what they are looking for? They are looking for an Islamic state in the Afghanistan. But the Afghan government was able to push them back to the northern provinces. That is called the Northern Alliance of Afghanistan, where they are kept. The Taliban people are kept separately. Those people are ruling over that land, northern area of Afghanistan. and now they are looking to overthrow the Afghan government, democratic government of Afghanistan. In the year 2001, 9/11 attacked. The World Trade Center has been demolished under the leadership of the Osama Bin Laden, who is a guy who is a trained commander from the Al-Qaeda, which United States has themselves developed in the soil of Afghanistan. Now, what as a repercussion for this attack, what United States under the leadership of the George W. Bush decided, the war on terrorism. So they have decided that, United States have decided that wherever there is a matter of terrorism, is any kind of terrorist activities are taken care in any corner of the world, this is the prior duty of United States to defend that country from the terrorism. And as a result of this war on terrorism, they are looking for Osama Bin Laden to take the revenge for demolishing the Trade Center, but they have decided, as the location of the Osama Bin Laden was not properly recorded by US intelligence agencies, now better we should go to Afghanistan. Let's go to Afghanistan, then we'll find Osama. Reaching Afghanistan in 2001, what United States have done, they started training the Afghan soldiers. Afghan soldiers has been trained. Military assets has been created. Different kind of airstrips has been developed in the soil of Afghanistan so that all the supplies of the weaponries and the military goods can be delivered to Afghanistan from United States. In search of Osama Bin Laden, what America had done, they have taken the help of Taliban too. And officially on the global platform, USA has recognized Taliban. Osama Bin Laden was killed in Pakistan. On the death of the Osama, US mission on Afghanistan itself is seeing some kind of repercussion, domestic protest against the bring back our sons, bring back our brothers like campaign. And there was a lot of drainage to the government exchequer of the United States. So as a result, while winning, Donald Trump decided, he announced that, okay, United States is now going to end their war on terrorism soon in Afghanistan. But unfortunately, on the second term, Donald Trump was not able to receive victory for the presidential candidature. So as the new president, Joe Biden, decided that, okay, whatever commitment has been done by the Donald Trump, so we'll fulfill it within very limited time. As a result, he fastened up the withdrawal from Taliban, withdrawal troops from the Afghan soil, because it is draining their wealth. US was taking NATO troops also, deployed the NATO troops in the Afghanistan during their search operation of Osama Bin Laden. Now, what happened? There was an agreement signed between United States of America and the Taliban that, point number one, whatever event or incident is, Afghan soil will not be used for any kind of war or aggression against the United States. And Taliban will refrain from any kind of involvement against United States. So this deal has been signed, a peaceful deal, peace treaty has been signed with the Taliban and the Afghanistan government, and the United States started withdrawing from the Afghan soil. But that gave a bad repercussion, and we are witnessing it right now, right at the moment, how the people has been killed, particularly Taliban is targeting the Hazaras. Taliban has initiated the compassionate killing of the government officials too, who's working under the Taliban Afghanistan democratic government. So now, what is the reason of India avoiding Taliban? See, there are multiple number of reasons. First of all, the policies of Taliban is not accepted by India. India is a country who talks about the justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, rights of the people, which has been completely overthrown in the Taliban rule. Secondly, Taliban bombarded the Banyan site at Afghanistan. IC-814, the Indian Airlines, while it was been kidnapped, was found at the soil of the Taliban, that is Afghanistan. Then again, while trying to overthrow the democratic government of Afghanistan, what Taliban has done, Taliban has made the Hindu people, non-Muslim people, particularly the Hindus, Christians living in Afghanistan, to wear a dedicated mark, like the Nazis were using during the Second World War. And that was a very humiliating for entire global community. As a ransom for IC-841, Mashur Azad Umar Sharif, the terrorist captured in India, has to be released. And those people, Mashur Azad was again involved in the Uri attack, Pathankot attack in India. Prior to this exit of the United States, what happened? Pakistan has done something which is a very important. What Pakistan has done, Mullah Ghani Baradar, who was under the judicial custody, he was in the prison in Afghanistan. In 2018, he has been released. He has been released from the prison. And this Mullah Ghani Baradar is a leader of Taliban. And now, after this peace deal between United States and this peaceful exit treaty between United States and Afghanistan and the Taliban, so Mullah Ghani Baradar has returned to Afghanistan to be the next president of Afghanistan. So now, what are the issues related to India if Taliban take possession of the country? So first issue is that India has made a lots of infrastructural investment. One is the friendship deal of Salma Dam, constructed by India. Afghan parliament has been constructed by India, and India is a major consumer of the dry fruits from Afghanistan. Then again, Afghanistan is strategically very much important for India to reach the Middle East, that is Iran. So that is why India was developing the Chabahar port to reach Afghanistan and Iran. So if Taliban takes possession, already here they succeeded. The last point, Kabul has been captured. Only Panjshir is now. What is the mistakes done by India till date? While Afghanistan was ruled by the pro-democratic government, there was a peace deal between United States, Afghanistan and Taliban. And in that India was also invited. But what happened in that meeting, India was using the track 2 diplomacy. In that meeting, as a track 2 diplomacy, India sent 2 of his retired IFS officers to attend the meeting. And while there was a meeting with the Afghan democratic government, at that moment India was sending its Minister of External Affairs in that meeting. That was humiliating to of Taliban too. So, now, what may be the solution for India? So, solution for India was, first, while this war was going on, while the discussion was going on, India should have tried the policy of Pakistan and China. What happened? Pakistan and China has come to an agreement with Taliban that okay, whatever, we are supporting you, Taliban. You just take care of this entire Afghanistan. We don't have any kind of words to say. We don't have any kind of complaints. But make sure that you people do not disturb our internal politics. China says because there are issues with the Uyghur Muslims, and Pakistan wants Taliban to take care of this Jammu and Kashmir. That is one more point that Indian intelligence agencies are looking for. India's intelligence agencies are looking for different kind of information is available. The RAW has been deployed. The Intelligence Bureau has been deployed. The RAW is taking too much care of this matter. that whether this Taliban is taking any, because Pakistan is run by the two mode of deaths, is one deep state. If this deep state is able to make the relationship with Taliban somehow, that will be a direct repercussion on the Jammu Kashmir. And again, for United States to counter China in the South China Sea, it is very much important to leave Afghanistan and now focusing on China. Because China is becoming aggressive, because they are not following the UNCLOS, the United Nations Convention and laws of the seas. And what US is suggesting the rule-based order, but China is not accepting the rule-based order in the South China Sea. So what could India have done? During the peace treaty, India should have first of all make an agreement with Taliban, securing its own interest and making the cordial relationship with Taliban again for developing their infrastructure and strategic relation with Afghanistan, because we don't need any kind of, we need only Afghanistan. India needs only Afghanistan, not the people. It doesn't matter who rules there. But strategically, the policies should be influenced. That India should go back again to the Panchsheel, what Jawaharlal Nehru was supporting, to avoid confrontation with the Taliban. Again, India could have, another way India could have done one thing, they could have supported Afghan soldiers to counter the aggression of the Taliban. But now, the story is open. It is the time for India to wait and watch and take the utmost opportunity available in the United Nations Security Council presidency to counter this matter. India shouldn't interfere in the internal matter of Afghanistan, because if India interfere in the internal matter of Afghanistan, if India is going to decide the ruling power of the Afghanistan, then it is going to be a very much dangerous for India on its own soil, because India is now facing the two-front war. China coming up to the Sri Lanka after this Sri Lankan port dispute. Again, the Xinjiang province has witnessed some kind of nuclear arsenal development as per the reports, but that is not proved yet. But there is lots of activity in the Xinjiang province, and again Pakistan on the northern side. That will be very devastating if Taliban comes into power. So now, before finishing the class, why Afghanistan is known as the graveyard of the dynasty, graveyard of dynasties. See, the graveyard of the dynasty is because of the hilly terrain of Afghanistan, that is in the Hindu Kush mountain, because of the Hindu Kush mountain. So this terrain provides an ample opportunity for any kind of guerrilla warfare. So whatever guerrilla warfare, whatever dynasty is there, and whatever the revolutionaries are there, if they're able to take down, able to master themselves in the guerrilla warfare, then it is very easy to throw any kind of ruling in Afghanistan. And again, Afghanistan lies in the Silk Route, ancient Silk Route. So that is why this is a strategically important position. So every country in the global geopolitics like to have a good relationship, cordial relationship, and taking care of the entire territory of Afghanistan for using the Silk Route for their economic activities. So that is all for today. So next class we will try to understand the Pegasus spyware and the IPCC 6th report on the climate change. So thank you, keep learning, keep watching.